Hello. Welcome back. It has been a couple weeks, and that is because I've been on holiday this last week, and the week before was the last week of term, so nothing ever really happens. Before we get into writing this exam and the overview and everything, remember to go do that thing that you need to do if it's important to you. Alright, so like I said, 2 weeks ago, it was the last week of term. Nothing really happened, but I was just exhausted from doing psychoanalysis and tutoring ethics and everything from that term. So I decided to not make a video and just focus on my exam, which is what I've been doing this last week. And I will tell you, one thing I've learned is that knowing yourself is very, very important when you're trying to do something difficult. I know that I'm a night owl. So I work best at night, usually after like 1 or 2 a.m. So this week, I just radically leaned into that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I played games with my friends the whole day, whole afternoon. Read some manga. I've gotten into an old favorite, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And come midnight, I was like, okay, time to get ready, get myself mentally into the zone. 1 o'clock comes and I just hit the ground running, writing what I need to do, reading what I need to write, just absolutely hammering out this exam essay until 5 o'clock in the morning. Did that Monday, Tuesday, I think Wednesday as well. On Thursday, I was like, okay. I remember earlier in the year, I tried to work late 2 days in a row, and that did not work at all. The second day, I didn't do anything. I was like, okay, I've done it now 3 days in a row, and it's actually been going fine. I'm going to take a break. I decided, still play games with my friends. I did some work, but I was like, I'm not going to sleep at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I took a bit of a break. And then again, Friday, Saturday, worked 5 o'clock in the morning, just hammering away at this difficult exam essay. And then tonight, I just finished up editing and everything, and I've printed it out because it's a in-person submission. But yeah, that's the first thing. If you're a morning person, when you wake up, do everything you need to do. I'm a night person, so I know when that clock hits 1 o'clock, all of a sudden I'm fully awake and my brain is firing on all cylinders. I can do anything in the world. So yeah, that's in terms of the work ethic for this week. That's what I did. In terms of the actual content of the exam, the psychoanalysis, as I've been doing, it was built off of our term test, which I submitted like a month ago or something. And we were supposed to get our marks back last week, but as of the recording of this video, my marks still aren't out and I have no feedback. So it was really difficult to bring myself to actually write the essay before I'd actually finished it. So like a couple days ago, I started to just not care about it anymore, and I wasn't done. It wasn't the when I'm close to finishing something, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I don't care anymore. I call it quote unquote giving up. And then I say, okay, I'm done. Do not let the perfectionist take over, because I know I can just keep redoing the same thing over and over. So I just say, okay, I'm giving up now, and it's done. I'm gonna submit it and whatever. I started giving up before it was even at the point where I'm doing edits and just fixing and making it perfect. So I had to do a generational lock-in last night. What really helped was I had lots of fun with my friends during the day. It was amazing. We played fighting games online. We played Valorant. We played tons of stuff, and it was so fun. Like, it was amazing. So then come 1 o'clock, I was like, okay, thank you guys. It was amazing. So many laughs. Just an absolute ball of a time. Now I need to finish this exam. I don't have my marks for the term test. I don't have any feedback. But by God, I cannot mess this up. even if my marks for the term essay, I don't even qualify, like I have to do this. And yeah, I got a long way, got a lot done yesterday, from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. And today was, again, reading over it, making sure that I'm getting everything referenced properly, like finding secondary sources that the lecturer didn't give us, so that I can show I actually did research. I did read more into this to find out what's happening with what I'm describing. So yeah, it was just very difficult. I realized a couple days ago I've probably put like 20 hours into this exam. If you take into account the term test, actually, it's probably 40 hours. Just because, again, working from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning, that's 4 hours. I did that every day except Thursday this week. And obviously today. So I've probably put like 20 hours into this exam, which I never really thought about, like how much time I'm actually putting into my work. But yeah, it was difficult. Not as difficult as the exam for term 2 though. And I think that's a good indication that I'm getting better at managing this, difficult content that I actually need to go back and read while I'm writing the exam. Not just I read during the term, now I'm writing, and then I read for the exam, and then I write, and I know where the stuff is. Now it's like, okay, I know the sources, I know what I need to put, but I need to go back and reread to make sure I'm getting everything correct. So I'm getting better at that, which I'm happy for. Getting faster at reading, which, if you remember, that was one of the big goals at the beginning of the year. My reading is getting a lot better. Yeah, it was pretty good in terms of the content. I'm happy with what I've done. Obviously, I can't even predict how much I got because it's based off of the term test. So if I improve my term test, if my term test was like 50%, improving it could be 60, which obviously I don't want, but can't know, and I can't, tell you guys what I think I got. But yeah, that's it for the exam. So with my research, I did have a meeting with my supervisor during the last week, and I'm almost done. He just gave me 2 things I could read and just allude to in one of the sections to say, point to it and say, this person also says something similar, this kind of supports me, but nothing major, nothing I actually have to like quote, just put the brackets and page number and say compare CF. So I'm pretty much done. I'm almost at exactly 8,000 words. I've had to like remove major sections to get down to that, but I'm almost done. Don't know when I'll submit, but I'm happy with that. I do still need to do that. Obviously, this week I'll focus on my exam. Next week I'm going to focus on, tomorrow, I'm going to focus on working on my research, and then back to working on my article, because I haven't looked at that since I got feedback on it. It's because I was a bit out of the topic itself, but I want to get back into the research on that, because it was pretty fun. So that's what I'm going to focus on for this week in terms of writing. Obviously, it's a new term, so after I upload this video, I'm going to have to do the reading for this week because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, my research is going well. Almost done, I hope. Yeah. Overall, I'm excited for the last term of the year. It's only 6 weeks long, which in terms of my work as a tutor, I think it's only like 5 or 4 tutorials, because we don't have tutorials in the first week. Sometimes we have in the last week. So not a lot of tutorials left. I can count it on my hand. It's a bit... There's probably a better word for it, but I can't think of it now. But it's a bit sad. Now I've been with these first years now for a term. Now I've been in their class since the beginning of the year, and it's coming to a close. I really quite enjoy tutoring and marking and putting the marks in, even though that's one of the most stressful parts of the job, because if I mess up, somebody's marks are messed up. But I do enjoy just hyper focusing on getting these numbers right. I hope I get a chance to be a tutor again next year, because it was really fun, and again, I do want to be a lecturer, so I think it's a good sign that I'm enjoying it, and I know I'm gonna miss tutoring during the November and December break. Yeah, coming to a close. This term's content is a bit easier than the last two terms because I think we're doing epistemic injustice. I did have a look at what the course is actually on, and I've done that before. I did it in second year, so a lot of the foundation has been laid for it. Whereas with the psychoanalysis and the philosophy of technology of term two, there was no foundation from undergraduate. So hopefully I won't kill myself again with the exam for term four. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also a bit sad to see it go. Yeah, that's everything for these last 2 weeks. The song for this week is Il Vento d'Oro by Yugo Kanno, otherwise known as Giorno's theme from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mentioned earlier that I got back into reading the manga for JoJo's. I'm reading part 7, and I'm watching part 2 of the anime. And I just love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure so much. It's just fun. Like there are messages and everything, but sometimes it's nice to just read something and be like, oh no, something dangerous is happening, and it's like, oh, actually this is what's happening, and you just accept the rules. You don't question as to whether the character actually understands what's happening. Does Joseph actually know what's happening and whatever? Just, this is the rules of the universe now, and these are the rules, and that's how it goes. Like, it's really nice to not have to think too deeply about stuff. I've been having lots of fun with JoJo's, and yeah, that's the song for this week. It's also super hype. I've been using it to kickstart my 1 o'clock working on my exam sessions, and it's been very useful. But yeah, I will hopefully see you this week. This week shouldn't be too tough. Again, it's the first week. I have no tutorials to give during the first week. It should be lighter work, so hopefully I have the energy to make a video for next week. But yeah, I will see you when I see you. Bye.